You can do all the healing techniques in the world and still be sick. Or you could do almost nothing and get better. Most people spend so much time and energy trying to find the thing that will fix them. And I get it. I did the exact same thing. I spent thousands on treatments and healers, put myself through diets and cleanses and detoxes, tried every meditation, visualization, and breathing exercise that I could get my hands on, and none of it worked. And it's not because these things are inherently bad, but even things that are meant to be helpful can still keep us stuck. Because if the tool or technique you're using is coming from a place of trying to fix yourself, from the belief that there is something wrong with you, your brain will hear, something's wrong. I need to protect you. And you stay in that cycle, still pushing, still trying, still in fix-it mode. In my last video, I talked about how it really doesn't matter what tool or technique you try and use for healing. What makes that tool effective is how you approach it. But what I didn't talk about was how to choose what tools are going to work for you, because I don't think all tools are made equal. There are some tools that are generally pretty safe, and you may just need a small shift in how you approach them to make them really helpful for you. Some are a bit more nuanced. They can help or hinder depending on where you're coming from. And some, in my opinion, are far more likely to keep you stuck, especially when it comes to neuroplastic pain and symptoms. Let's start with the tools and techniques that are generally pretty safe and pretty helpful. Think journaling, meditation, small lifestyle changes. These can be really helpful, but as with everything, the poison is in the dose. Take journaling, for example. It can be such a great way to get thoughts out of your head, to create a bit of space, but it can easily turn into overanalyzing, intellectualizing, and even trying to figure yourself out. I think that as long as you go in with the understanding that I'm not here to fix myself, I'm just here to feel a bit better. I mean, if you keep that in mind for everything, you'll probably be just fine. And the same goes for lifestyle changes. Things like having a morning routine, going to bed earlier, making small tweaks to your diet. These can support you and they can feel really wonderful. They can help you feel more stable and grounded, but they can also go wrong when they become rigid. When the routine becomes, this is going to fix me. It's the same thing with meditation. If when you do meditation, you're feeling calm and focused and relaxed, or even just bored, that's amazing. But if you're feeling like this is a sort of military exercise where you have to sit in order to heal, or if I don't do this, something bad is gonna happen, that's your cue to take a step back. It's not the tool, it's how the tool is used. There's another tool that I recommend quite a lot called somatic tracking. I personally think the way somatic tracking is designed is wonderful. It's inbuilt with this inherent sense of we're not here to fix anything. But of course, our brain is going to twist that and be like, oh, okay, we're not trying to fix anything, but maybe if I don't fix anything perfectly, I'll get rid of the pain. And that comes from a culture that is very problem solution oriented. And that's awesome for innovation, but not very helpful for healing chronic pain and illness coming from a sensitized nervous system. The second category of tools are tools that I think of as they can be helpful, but they can easily get twisted. Let's start with, say, affirmations. On the surface, they seem harmless. You're just saying nice things to yourself. What could go wrong? But I personally twisted this really badly. I would say things to myself like, I am healthy, I am well, my skin is clear, over and over and over again. But what I was really saying to myself, what I really believed was, I'm not healthy. I need to fix this. I don't have what I want. I was using the words to try and make something happen. So even though it sounded positive and good on the outside, the message my brain was getting was, something is wrong. I am sick. And it's the same with visualizations. If you're imagining yourself as this healthy, vibrant version of you, but you're doing it in a place from like, I'm not there yet, all you're gonna do is emphasize the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that gap feels awful. That gap tells your brain something is wrong. I need to change this. And that will just keep you stuck in that hypervigilant fight and flight state. Now, this is where some people can go, okay, well, affirmations and visualizations don't work. Throw them out completely. But I don't think that's completely fair either, because these tools can be helpful. They just need to be used differently. Affirmations can be used in a way to emphasize the things that are going right, to emphasize the things that already make us feel safe. Things like, I am capable, I can do this, I can get through this, my body is trying to help me, my body is not my enemy. You could even list things that are working in your body. For me, it was, my lungs work really well. I was about to say I had really nice hair, but I actually shaved all my hair off, so that might not have worked, but I have really nice eyelashes. I have strong bones. And that starts to shift the mindset from like, something's wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, to this is right. I've got this, and this works well. And no, it doesn't change what's wrong straight away, but it helps your brain focus on what is working, what is healthy, what does feel good. And that will help shift the brain out of fight and flight, because chronic stress is often dictated by what you're focusing on, and you do have some control over that. And now for the big one, category 3, which is honestly the whole reason I wanted to make this video, was because I wanted to talk about these tools that I think are fraught with potential danger. I personally don't believe that these tools are helpful when it comes to chronic pain, illness, anxiety, or any neuroplastic symptoms. This is a category of extremes. Extreme cleanses, detoxes, diets, extreme exercise regimens, extreme anything. This is something that made my life significantly worse. I was told over and over again that I needed to cleanse, that my symptoms were coming from toxins in my body, that if I just cleared my system, I would be healed. And I believed it because medication wasn't working for me and I was desperate. And the worst part of it is I blamed myself that it didn't work. I thought I must have done something wrong. I didn't try hard enough. I didn't go long enough. I didn't have the willpower. And I think that is the danger with these extreme methods, is that people put themselves in risky situations because they're desperate. The work that I do may not work for everyone, and I don't want to say that it will, because no one can say that. Even the studies that have been done to test these theories and to test, these sort of neuroplastic pain and these tools and techniques that are being developed, they don't have a 100% success rate. So I'm not saying that my way is guaranteed, but at least when you're working with your mind and your nervous system, you're not putting yourself in danger. You're not pushing your body to these extreme limits, trying to cleanse or fix something. I think that's part of the reason that A, they're extreme and they're dangerous, but B, they come from a basis of there's something wrong, that you need to purge yourself, that you need to cleanse this toxins out of you, when really that's not what's happening. And I'll probably piss a lot of people off saying that. I don't really care, because for years I was told that I had toxins in me and that my skin was pushing those toxins out. And it gave me a narrative that simply wasn't true. Because as soon as I stopped doing all of these extreme things and sort of pushing my body to its limits, trying to make it heal, the relief was undeniable. And that was when I started to actually feel better. Okay, I'm getting way off track. Sorry, that was just my little rant. There's a lot more where that came from, but let's keep it a little lighter for today. So this is how I think about different tools and techniques and how I help my clients figure out what's going to work for them, because no two people have the exact same experience. We always come back to, why are you choosing this? What are you trying to achieve? And how does it feel while you're doing it? You can ask yourself, do I feel calm or urgent? Do I feel safe or unsafe? Do I feel supported or do I feel like I'm trying to fix myself? Does this feel like peace or pressure? And it is completely normal to catch yourself halfway through, say, somatic tracking or meditation and think like, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm back in fix-it mode. That's part of the process. So next time you sit down to meditate, journal, use affirmations, whatever it is, just remind yourself, this is not to fix me. This is to help me make peace with where I am and maybe find something that feels slightly better and lean in the direction of more calm and more safety. My symptoms will change on their own without me needing to force it. You don't need to pick the perfect tool or technique. It doesn't matter. You just need the right relationship with it. And honestly, you don't even need all these tools. If you can approach your life from, I'm okay with where I am, I can let myself feel better without anything needing to change, I don't need to fix myself, that alone will move you in the right direction. You already have everything you need. Anyway, this is a bit of a rambly one. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.